Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. This is going to be the third and final part of basically the Kiwi and Rio interviews. So let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you got to go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button as always, comment, share this video, and let's hop into the topic of this video. All right, Rio, so third and final part. I know you just told me you wanted to talk about basically the differences between American professional golf and Japanese professional golf. Now, we might not get to obviously all the concepts in this video, this short, probably 8-10 minute video, but I know you're gonna probably have a whole series on this coming out in the future as well on this channel. So why don't you start it off and let's give me a talking point.
Okay, so let's start with how they normally practice, how they prepare for tournaments or something.
All right, let's start. Let's go like here. Japanese American.
in the US, yeah.
Okay, so you tell the Japanese and I'll tell the American. You can also tell the American as well.
Okay, so let's say if you're a JGT or Japan Tour Golf professional, we have like 25 tournaments a year. But if it's in PGA, that's 35, close to 40, I believe.
Yeah, on the actual tour, and then there's a bunch of other little kind of like tournaments on the side as well. Yeah.
So I feel like in Japan, professionals mainly focus on just keep playing and try to get a tour card, hopefully some win to make more money, and then world ranking points, and then you can play some events in Asia and in Europe, right? But I feel like in the PGA, so I've been to so many PGA events before, especially Torrey Pines, Farmers.
Yeah.
They play golf as professional, but they also entertain the other golfers, amateur golfers, right? So they do charity events. Maybe they play games. They.
So wait. So you're saying with the JPGA players, they don't do Monday like tournaments with the sponsors, like so?
They actually do, but they don't interact with the fans
as much. That's true. Yeah.
I don't know if that necessarily makes a difference of their skills, but that's how I felt that one of the biggest difference between Japan and US professionals.
Sure, and you can also see that basically in the amount of money that's being put into the JPGA, right? So whenever you're not treating the fans very well, whenever you're not treating the sponsors very well, the money starts going away. People don't really care as much because at the end of the day, right, they're entertainers. As much as they want to pride themselves as professional golfers, I totally get it. I know they do a lot of great work, and I respect a lot of those guys out there really grinding. But at the end of the day, guys, you guys are entertainers, right? So you need to generate some, basically just generate some revenue by being nice to people, right? Yeah, that's a big difference. Now, in America, you get those players too, right? You have your, we won't cuss on this channel, but you have your not so nice people, right? And then you have your really nice people. So I mean, luckily on the PGA Tour, I think it's more, it's the PGA Tour commissioner definitely makes them, I think, do a little bit more PR, and they're definitely a little bit more friendly because of their experience, I would say.
Yes.
And I think the JPGA, from what I gathered, correct me if I'm wrong, is more so the sponsors kind of treat them as gods.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
It's not like more like friend, it's more like boss and employees.
Yeah. That's interesting. Now let's go and kind of segue into this next topic. Let's talk about when you're seeing them warm up before a round, in terms of the JPGA versus the American. So shoot.
So I don't think it's necessarily like huge, like big difference compared to both, but we still go to the locker room and stretch and do some exercises. But I heard that people still go to the gym and then do some workout in US. So it's like you're physically way more ready, and then actually maybe your body's even more tired, I guess. But that's
So I get where you're going there, but they do. So pretty much almost every person on the PGA Tour, besides maybe your John Daly's and your guys that like to eat and drink, right? There's still the old school type of players out there, but really predominantly the tour is dominated by people who are into fitness. So yeah, you're right. They do their morning warm up in the gym. They're not going hard, right? The warm-up's just to get warmed up, get the blood going, so they're not too tired. And then they go to the range, right? So they're loosen up before. I think JPGA Tour events, I would guarantee there's no such thing as an actual workout van. Like in the PGA Tour, they have literal vans that come and they go work out in those vans, where I guarantee that's not the case in the JPGA. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think so too.
And if there is a van there, there's not a lot of people going in there, right? Yeah.
So that's actually how I started. That was my part of practice when I was in the US.
Sure.
So go to gym first and then
Nicola,
yeah,
right?
Nicola, yeah. And then I I did work out maybe like 90 minutes, including stretching time. And then I take a maybe 30-minute break and then lunch and then go to golf course. And if I have time, I finish 18 holes.
Yeah.
But if I'm in Japan, that's almost impossible because I spend like 2 hours to get to the golf course because I live in the city. So, but and then after golf, I normally go have dinner with my sponsor.
So it's pretty hard to get all that extra stuff in. So now that's something we can talk about maybe in your future series on maybe ways to help that. But let's go into the next topic, which is going to be kind of on the driving range. So to walk me through a JPGA typical driving range as well as a American, and then I'll comment on the American and JPGA as well. So shoot.
So obviously in Japan we don't have many driving range with grass. So but maybe there's a good side too because there's a camera, video. Maybe you've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're not bad. Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah. But the thing is, we can hit driver, but we can't see how far it carries.
Sure.
Because the Japanese driving range is so tight.
Now, how about the JPGA? Are they actually using Titleist Pro V1 golf balls or the golf balls of their choice, or are they using actual range balls before they warm up?
It depends, but they get to use the whatever like Bridgestone.
Oh, they get to use their golf balls. Okay. Now, in terms of how they practice, now do they all have their coaches there? Do they have alignment sticks out? Are they doing drills before they play, or is it just a lot of kind of just hitting balls? Like what does their practice look like?
I guess it's pretty same the way they practice. Some
have drills.
Have their even personal trainer.
Sure.
In the back too, so it's not much different.
Now, what I would say, my personal comment, what I've seen, is no one uses TrackMan or FlightScope on the range, right? Whereas if you go to like the PGA Tour, like almost every other player now has TrackMan. They have their coach behind them. They have their fitting specialist behind them. They're getting their clubs fit and dialed in before the round.
Yeah.
Like there's all these little tiny minutia that they're doing in the PGA Tour, which I'm not. I've only seen a couple of JPGA tournaments, so I might be wrong saying this. But when I when I watch and I see him practice, A, I don't see a lot of coaches out there. B, I don't see a lot of them setting up alignment sticks or some type of station. I really don't see them really working on drills too much. And I just see them hitting towards targets. Now, I could be wrong. I could be. But that's kind of my impression of Japanese golf, and especially from the players that I've coached who are on the mini tours and stuff like that, they don't practice that way before rounds, typically.
Right, yeah. That's so true. Not everyone carries TrackMan.
Sure.
Maybe you're right. Maybe half, maybe 25-30% they have coach at the driving range. Yeah.
Which now let's go hop into another topic, which you just kind of brought up a question to me. Was I know in America they not only have their swing coach, they have their physical therapist, they have their mental therapist, they have their statistician, they have their business manager, they have the club companies, right? Like, what does a typical circle around a JPGA player look like? Do they have those type of things?
I don't think a lot of players even have manager. Maybe they spend time with caddy, or maybe if the golf instructor is available, so it's pretty much 3 of them together. So I rarely see the physical personal trainer.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest difference I've seen. Like even the mini tour players that I was coaching in San Diego, I was just their swing coach. Like they would have their own therapist, they'd have all this crap, and they're the only mini tour players who aren't even making any money, right? As opposed to here, I see the JPGA players, and I guarantee they don't have a therapist. Maybe I'm pretty sure they don't have a therapist. They definitely don't have a statistician who's doing their strokes gain and stuff, because the strokes gain is not even in the JPGA Tour, which is mind-boggling for me, because that's just such a set standard in America. And yeah, I mean, really, to wrap it up, guys, to wrap this video up, the main difference is the lack of preparing that I see the JPGA players have relative to the American players is mind-boggling, and it really kind of shows me why that there's not a lot of high-level Japanese golfers out there playing on the PGA Tour. Now, I know there's obviously the language barrier and all that stuff as well, but I really don't see the preparation. I really don't see all these little tiny stats and TrackMan, all that stuff. And that's what I'm hoping we can help with this video series and this YouTube channel, as well as our coaching, right? Anything to add to that?
No, I'm good.
Pretty good? All right, guys. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's the end of this video series. Look forward to Rio. He's going to be a star, hopefully, on our channel, pumping out a bunch of content. You guys are really going to enjoy him. I'll be obviously doing my own thing as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.